What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and here we go again with a brand new tier list. As you can see from the title, this is actually legendary sitcoms. Obviously this is pre-made, there's a lot of sitcoms that are probably missing here, but as I'm looking through the list, the majority of these I have actually seen, so it will actually be good to put onto the list properly. We've got our normal sections. S will be absolute goats, like in my opinion, remember, the best sitcoms I've seen. D will either be they're just complete trash or I haven't seen them. There is a couple I definitely haven't seen, but there is some absolute bangers in here, so we're just going to get on into it. And plus I'm been trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter in time, so like there won't be big broad explanations unless it's one that I absolutely adore. First up, the Wayans brothers. Like anything with the Wayans brothers was good, but like this is probably some of their weakest work. But that's what got the Wayans brothers noticed for the likes of like My Wife and Kids, which actually isn't on here, I don't think. The likes of like the Scary Movie films, like all of the Wayans brothers like built themselves on this show, and it is funny, don't get me wrong, but like it's definitely it's not one of their best. Will and Grace, I never got. It's not bad. It's probably, I'm not the target audience, but like it just wasn't that funny. To be fair to Will and Grace, but it was on TV at a time when everything was funny. Like there were so many unbelievable sitcoms flying around, so like it's probably not its fault, but it's not D, but it's definitely not D. 30 Rock, I actually enjoy 30 Rock. Tina Fey I think is brilliant in anything she does. 30 Rock's probably one of the few things I can actually bear Alec Baldwin in. I don't think he's that funny. I think I couldn't even recall off the top of my head something I enjoyed that he was in. Nothing. I don't have anything personal against him. I just don't think he's that good of an actor. It probably sounds madness. I just don't enjoy his films. He probably is a good actor, and I just don't appreciate it. But like overall, it's still a very good show. Very funny, and the countless cameos. Like that's what you want to see. Arrested Development. I love Jason Bateman now. Jason Bateman is absolutely outstanding. You've obviously got I forget the other guy's name. He's the voice of Lego Batman. Then you've obviously got some Michael Cera. And Michael Cera is such an underrated funny star. I'm gonna put it a B as well. I don't think there's any way it's getting into A or S. I did enjoy it for what it was, but it could have definitely been better. I did enjoy the Netflix revival. That's one of the very few things Netflix have actually continued and did well. The Big Bang Theory, I'm gonna put Big Bang Theory at A. Like Big Bang Theory it's on TV all the time. Big Bang Theory is essentially becoming the new Friends, because Friends is constantly on TV, even though it ended so long ago. But the Big Bang Theory is still hilarious. If you see it on and there's nothing else on the TV, you could happily rewatch an episode you've seen 100 times and it'll still be funny. It'll still make you laugh. Jim Parsons plays the role of Sheldon just unbelievably well. To the point where he got a spin-off, and then there's a spin-off of the spin-off coming up, George and Mandy. So Big Bang Theory is a very, very good show, but like it's not one of my tops. Here is one of my tops, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Honestly, Andy Samberg, up until this show came out, was looking like he was going to be a dead-on arrival after leaving SNL. He did a couple of films. I don't know if he did That's My Boy before or after Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Probably, I think it was during season 1 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because obviously Adam Sandler has a cameo. But Brooklyn Nine-Nine is such an amazingly funny show. Every character in it, Rosa, Gina, like Charles, Terry, like Captain Holt, R.I.P. Andre Luder, I want to say. But everyone in it is fantastic. It is looking for this list. There might be one or two shows that come close, but I don't know if they'll beat it. But definitely S tier, goated tier for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Community, I'm gonna be honest. Number 1, I don't like Chevy Chase. I liked him in the Vacation films. That is it. I don't like him anything else, and see anything he's done in his older age. He is just completely phoning in. He does not have a care in the world, and I just don't think he's that funny anymore. Charles as Mr. Griswold, he was hilarious. Anything else, I do not find him funny. I'm going to put this at a C. Obviously, there's so many other funny characters in it. Likes of I'm gonna call him Mr. Chow because I forgot his actual name, Mr. Chow from The Hangover. But there's good stories, good episodes, but overall I just don't think it's funny. Like it's just not. That's my opinion. Remember, do not get your panties in a bunch. We have got the first D coming up, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I just don't think this show is for me. I don't think there's anything wrong with the show at all. I think the show is like one of the very, very few shows that it doesn't even have a proper script. Near enough the whole thing is ad-libbed. It's like they just sort of go with the flow. And I can respect the hell out of that. Like it's not easy to make TV, especially primetime TV. I just don't find it funny. But like that doesn't mean it's not a good show for other people. Like anyone who's into that stuff, fair play. Everybody Hates Chris. I guess Everybody Hates Chris is probably like, I watched it when I was younger as well. Obviously had Terry Crews and all in that as well. Terry Crews is just all over this list. It's fun. It is funny. Chris Rock doing the narration was always funny. I didn't think they did much, but it was basically just kept re-rolling the same story. It could have been so much better. Some of the stuff that Chris's teacher said, like some of the racist stuff, was wild. You don't even understand how bad it was until you see clips of it when you're an adult, and you're like, how did they get away with saying that on kids TV? Not kids TV, but TV aimed at younger teens. I just thought that's crazy. So I might actually bump it up to A for that, but I can't do it. Everybody Loves Raymond. Now this is probably going to be the most divisive one on the list, simply because I'm gonna go C. I can't put it at D. It's too iconic. It's too famous. It has terrific actors and actresses in it, obviously, but it's just not funny. It's nothing against Ray Romano. I actually do find Ray Romano funny, but this show is so dull, pretty much. And I love him. I love the guy who plays his older brother in the show, but it's just not funny. Not. And I do find most laugh track sitcoms funny, but I just didn't, and I can't pretend like I did. Family Matters, I've never seen it. It's nothing personal against that. It's going to go into D. Frasier's going in goated here. Frasier is so unbelievably good. For it to be a spin-off, I'm actually surprised Cheers isn't here either. I don't think it's here. For it to be a spin-off of Cheers and still be that good, I actually think it surpassed Cheers, to be perfectly honest. That even the newer show on Paramount, it's good as well. It's not the same. There's no Niles, so I'm not really as invested. But it's not the same, but it's still good, which is saying something, because usually big TV studios are just butchering older properties just for that little bit of nostalgia payoff. But Kelsey Grammer's just unbelievable. Like, he just for a show to be about a radio psychiatrist, to be that funny and have that many story threads and that many side characters, like, just that are so good. Absolutely brilliant. Definitely belongs in the goated tier. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I'm gonna put it in an A. Like, obviously, like, I watched that when I was very young. I always liked Will Smith. Even post-slap Will Smith, I don't personally care about all that stuff. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was like, you can tell going back to rewatch when he was learning how to act and when he learned how to act, that's for sure. But like, the supporting cast in that as well, like Alfonso Ribeira, like Carlton, I think, he's fantastic. The Carlton dance is just iconic. Like, yeah, you got the likes of Uncle Phil, like, who could forget, he was fantastic. So like, the whole show was good, and the DJ Jazzy Jeff getting thrown out onto the front lawn near enough every episode was good, never got old. So yeah, it belongs in A. The big one, The Hater, the one that still earns the Friends cast apparently 50 million per year apparently on TV streaming deals. Not bad for not doing any work. Obviously RIP to Matthew Perry. He's obviously a big loss. But Friends, it's gotta be an S tier. And I know, like, I actually caught all the Friends episodes when I was living at my mum and dad's house. I caught them as they were coming up for the first time, so I wasn't bombarded with seeing rehashes, seeing an episode 20 times before you'd seen the next episode. So I got to watch it in real time, and it was a fantastic series. And it in my opinion, had a perfect ending, had a perfect beginning, and everything in between was fantastic. And the 6 main actors and actresses were cast perfectly. I don't think there was a weak season, which is a big thing. And see, when there's so many actors and actresses getting paid such a big wage, there is pressure, and they over-delivered. It'll always be iconic. Full House I've never seen. It's nothing against Full House. I do apologise. People will probably just catch the end list for the end, see where everything's sitting, and see it in D with Curb Your Enthusiasm and think that they're there for the same reason. It's not. I just can't. I just haven't seen it. George Lopez haven't seen. I might actually do all the ones I haven't seen now, just the thing. Living Single haven't seen. Martin haven't seen. No, I've seen the rest. Right, wouldn't get on with it. How I Met Your Mother. This is an S for me. Absolutely, positively, like I love How I Met Your Mother. Like, see, even before this show, I was obsessed with Neil Patrick Harris before this even came out. Like, see, since obviously the Dougie Harzer days, where you're seeing reruns a lot, and then you see him in the likes of Harold and Kumar, and it's just such a jump. It's so funny, and I honestly think the Harold and Kumar role is what got Barney Stinson to be in this show, because they just wanted him to do that again. It's fantastic. I have to say, I will say this, don't like the ending. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, I don't like that they killed off the mother. I know that theory was going around for so long before, but I hate that it was right. They shouldn't have killed off the mother. He shouldn't have ended up with Robin. If anything, Barney and Robin should have ended up together. But I will let it off because the whole show as a whole is actually nearly faultless. It's probably a 9.5 out of 10, but nostalgia is enough to get me to an S. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Obviously at the minute, this show is probably the big one at the minute. Obviously so many funny characters. Obviously Rob McElhenney, Danny DeVito, Charlie Day. Like, I will tell you, Charlie Day is so funny. It's unreal. I love him, everything he's done. It's the perfect humour. It really is. It's got perfect blend. It's probably going to be the next thing that goes on for like 15-16 seasons. There's no sign of it slowing down, and for good reason. It's not quite goated, not yet, but it's still actively on, so it could definitely be an S tier. If we do this type of list in a couple of years time, it could definitely be up there. Malcolm in the Middle, for me, it's an S. Everything about Malcolm in the Middle is fantastic. The fact that it's a show without a laugh track as well, like to be an S tier, I think it's well, Brooklyn Nine-Nine doesn't have a laugh track, but its comedy is so different to the likes of Malcolm. Everybody in this show is perfect. Francis Dewey, Reese is the best character for sure. Malcolm himself, even like they made the mum and dad so likable, even though Lois was always going mad. But Hal's like just brilliant. Like Bryan Cranston, like he dominated at this. He dominated in Breaking Bad as a drug kingpin. There's nothing that man can't do, and there is talk of a revival with the original cast. I would be all on board. I wouldn't want it to be a multi-season thing. I wouldn't want it to be done to death. Maybe like a 4-episode thing to see where they are now, because like a lot of them don't even act anymore. I know the wee boy who played Dewey, he doesn't even act anymore. I haven't seen Francis in anything forever. I haven't seen any of them apart from Lois, Hal, and then just Frankie Muniz just about. He's not in anything. But Married with Children, I'm going to put Married with Children with a B. I actually did really enjoy Married with Children. Obviously there's so many iconic characters in it. Ed O'Neill was literally dominating for season after season in this, and then he dominated season after season in Modern Family. He doesn't miss when it comes to sitcoms, and two very different sitcoms. Just sometimes Married with Children ran a bit dry. You know what I mean? There wasn't really any story beats at all. Like, it was just like, what's the funny joke of the week? Just build an episode around that. It was funny, but I do like a bit of substance to my comedy. That's why these shows are up here. Well, to be fair, How I Met Your Mother probably beat some certain jokes to absolute death as well. Slap bet, but that was amazing. But I think B's fair for Married with Children. It had me laughing so much. Modern Family, it wouldn't be fair to put Modern Family above or below Married with Children. I think Ed O'Neill is equally funny in both. Obviously in Modern Family, I think it's carried a lot more by the other cast, the likes of Phil Dunphy is one of the best TV dads on TV, in my personal opinion. He is unbelievable. Gloria, like literally Sofia Figueroa. Sorry if I butchered that. Like she's so funny. Like playing like the out of touch Colombian Mexican mother, whatever she is. Like she is so funny. The kids are all cast perfectly too. It's just an all around fantastic show. Parks and Rec. Now that is the thing. I tried really hard to get into Parks and Rec after I watched The Office, and I had finished The Office twice at this point. And Parks and Rec, I do enjoy it. I know it's obviously similar in style to the talking to the camera of The Office, but it's not as good as The Office. You will see that in a minute. I'm going to put this at B as well. We're probably going to have a lot of Bs. Obviously, I've said in previous tier list videos, obviously I adore Chris Pratt. He's hilarious. Some of the stuff he comes off with in Parks and Rec is brilliant. Like Amy Fuller is fantastic. The cast is brilliant, but it's just... It feels like, to me, remember, same old, same old. It's like, because obviously it came on after The Office, it felt like they were trying to capture lightning in a bottle for the second time. And I know in a lot of people's eyes they did. People, like, Parks and Rec has a cult following. But for me, it's one or the other for that or The Office of what I would watch. Like, if I'm bored, and The Office would win 10 times out of 10. Roseanne, I hate it. I hate everything about Roseanne. I am sorry. I know I love John Goodman. I hate everybody else in that cast. I'm sorry. Even Leonard, or whatever you call him, Johnny Galecki. Like, he's fantastic as Leonard in Big Bang Theory. I don't like him in Roseanne. And remember, this is just my opinion, because that might actually strike a chord as well with people. I might just, if they're only skipping to the end, I might just pretend this is her because I haven't seen it. Sadly, I have. Scrubs. This is goated. Absolutely goated. John Dorian is one of the best TV characters ever made. He really is. Once again, another one without a laugh track. But like, when we're talking about story beats and like sitcoms hit hard emotionally, like this is the top one out of all these. Like, some of the storylines in Scrubs is enough to make a grown man cry. That's for sure. Scrubs is absolutely fantastic. Dr. Cox, like one of the best doctors around in terms of TV. Like JD and Elliot, well, they won't they? Turk, Carla, the janitor, like Ted, like everybody. There's not a weak character. Even the ones that you thought at the start were going to be really annoying, like the Todd always doing high fives. Yeah, no, he was brilliant. It never got old. I stand by that. Seinfeld. No, this is the controversial one. I'm going to put that as C. People are probably scratching their heads now, like looking at what I've got above it, but I'm sorry, but I just never got into Seinfeld. I don't even really find Jerry Seinfeld funny. I do find some of the actors funny, but not him himself. And I suppose if I don't find the lead actor funny, is it gonna be that good of a show for me? It's nothing personal. I understand why people do love it, but for me, it's a C. Sex and the City. I have seen it, sadly, it's garbage. I haven't seen all of it. Don't be sitting there thinking I've watched all that garbage. I just hate it. I hate everything about it. I don't see why this type of show exists. Like, she's not even a good columnist. Like, her punctuation, her English grammar is terrible. It's like, and she's a real prude considering that the type of stuff she's writing about. She's a very prudish lady. Sister, obviously, for some reason there's a Nickelodeon show in here. But it was funny. I'll put it in C. There were so many other shows on Nickelodeon that should have been here as well on this list that are funnier than this. Like Sabrina and all, like, was at the same time as this that should have been on here. But it was alright. The two twins are funny. The dad is actually very funny, to be fair. I don't really like the mum in it. I just don't like her. I don't think she's funny at all, but it is what it is. That 70s show obviously going to be controversial one way or another for lots of certain reasons. I'm going to put you at a C. I didn't find it funny either. But it's not as bad as some of this garbage, but I just didn't find it that funny. And some of the characters are just infuriating. I just don't get it. I don't see why people would love it, but it is what it is. 2.5. I'll do 2.5 Men next because we know The Office is going to get a really high score. 2.5 Men would be an A. I can't put it in S because obviously once Charlie Sheen went, the fact that they continued on with this for 2 or 3 more seasons, madness. I know there was still money there to be made. I don't blame Ashton Kutcher for coming in and bleeding this cash cow a bit more. Like, who would turn that type of money down? but without Charlie Sheen, this show was done. Like, the second they made the decision to fire Charlie, to be fair, he did deserve to be fired, but the second they did fire him, that was it. It had to go. The whole show was about the two, Alan and Charlie and Jake. And then, sure, towards the end, sure, Jake didn't even want to be on the show. Just cut it. Just done. And then also, everything on this list, worst finale out of everything. The fact that the director, Chuck Lorre, I know that they've put stuff behind him now, him and Charlie Sheen, but Chuck Lorre using that finale as a way to basically give Charlie Sheen the middle finger by killing off his stunt double, by dropping a piano on him. It's like, grow up. This is the finale, dude, like an 11 season show. Grow up. And we finish with The Office. It's absolutely goated. I'm going to try to see which one. I'm only going to pick my favourite, but that might be impossible. The Office is the top. I'm sorry. The Office is the absolute top. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. It's like Rainn Wilson, John Krasinski. It's like, I'm really forgetting names. Obviously, we've got Steve Carell. Like, see, saying them names out now, you'd be like, oh, the cast is stacked. So many of these guys were unknown. They really were. Like, the whole, I know it obviously plays off the UK Office, and obviously I'm from the UK, I shouldn't be going crazy over the US Office. I'm assuming this is the US Office, by the way. I wouldn't even rank the UK Office. I hate the UK Office. Not to offend anybody. The US Office took everything the UK one did and just did it 10 times better. I am glad that Ricky Gervais was on board for the US Office, because he was able to help it be better, and I do appreciate that. Season 1 was terrible, but that's because they were trying to copy and paste stuff from the UK Office, and that was never going to work. Americans do not get UK humour, and the UK episodes, in my opinion, were not good. So you're just copying and pasting stuff that wasn't good in the first place. As soon as Season 2 started and they started their own story beats, that was it. US Office, hands down, best show on this list. There's a reason every streaming service tries to buy it every year when the contract's up. It will be the new Friends, along with the likes of, who else did I say? Big Bang Theory, The Office, and Friends will probably be on TV for the rest of our lives, that's for sure. And probably deserved, especially The Office. I'm shocked when people tell me they've never seen The Office. It's like, it's on everywhere, so you have been hiding under a rock. But that's my list, guys. It actually, I went 25 minutes. It's a bit longer than I was wanting to do, but it is what it is. Some fantastic shows here. Obviously, we've got 7 up the top. They're the GOATs, in my opinion. Got a lot in the trash bin, because it's trash, in my opinion. But thanks for watching, guys. Sure, comment down below any list you want to do, just your favourites even, because don't want to take up all that space. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff you guys like to do, and I'll see you on next one.